So, you're our Foundlings. I'm Mrs. Penhaligon. This is Calendar Hall. Your work starts now.
Welcome, Hetty.
And you are?
Sheila Ormsby.
I told you to fetch both crates of veg.
Do you mind? That's my brother you're talking to?
I'm Jack, his boss. He takes orders from me from now on, not you.
You're Edwin, aren't you?
Master Edwin, actually.
Downstairs to our life, Sheila.
Just have to get used to it.
If you ever see anything I ought to know about, you will tell me, won't you?
Oh, try, Mum.
See? Secret door.
Emily wants to become a doctor, but her father doesn't approve.
Emily, what are you hiding?
Grey's Anatomy. Really?
Are you daft or something?
Yes, Agnes. I mean, no, Agnes.
I could tell your husband all about your past.
I don't need you to tell me anything about my wife.
Oh, I am sure there are things she has not told you.
Enough!
No one ever escapes their past.
At Calendar Hall, every day was head down, work hard, and follow orders.
Good morning, Mrs. Whittock.
We need some more wood, but first you're going to have to get those chamber pots. Late again.
Sheila was always in trouble with the cook. And I had some horrid jobs to face upstairs. Emptying smelly chamber pots while the family ate breakfast. Life was unfair, but being a servant was still better than being locked in the tench by Matron. The calendars were good to work for. The children were a bit of a handful, though.
You can't catch me.
Please. And with a new baby on the way, that could only mean more work for all of us. But that morning, things were changing, and I had no idea how much more difficult my life could get.
Mrs. Penhaligon left Calendar Hall this morning and will not be returning. All time off is cancelled until further notice.
I was supposed to be seeing Ida this afternoon.
At least you won't have Mrs. P on your back anymore.
Everybody back to work. Back to work, you lot.
It can't be.
The housekeeper had left, but Mr. Calendar's godmother had arrived. Only she wasn't here to make our dreams come true. She was our worst nightmare.
Grenford, what a welcome surprise. Just passing through, I take it?
A shame your godfather is no longer with us, George. He always did appreciate your wit more than I.
I'm afraid there might be some mistake. We weren't expecting you for a few more weeks yet.
Your cloak, my lady?
I am greeted by a housemaid.
Lady Grenford, I can explain.
Because your Mrs. Penhaligon went all the way to France to be Lord Tenyon's housekeeper rather than stay here at Calendar Hall. News travels. Am I right? Hence, I thought it better to arrive early and assist you in this time of need. My lady's maid Brodie will cover housekeeping duties whilst we're here.
There's really no need, Lady Grenford.
Well, George, the offer is there.
Uh-oh, the dragon lady's arrived. Remind me to keep myself busy. If any errands need running today, I'll go. Ida's gonna be waiting for me.
The sooner you forget about Ida, the better. Get on with your work. You never know which way that Brodie's gonna turn.
Gossiping again, Agnes. Brodie's fancy for second housemaids does not concern us.
Yes, Mrs. Whittick. Is Lady Grenford's tea ready?
Yes, it is, Brodie, and some fresh biscuits.
I take it you're to be serving her today?
Hetty, but there is an errand I need to run for the household first, so if there's an hour to spare.
If the errand is so important, someone else will see to it. Now, my mistress likes her tea weak, unless it's Darjeeling, and then she'll take it stronger. I do hope you'll remember.
Yes, thank you, Brodie.
I could search for specimens all morning. You should come along too, Jack.
What, will every board needs deadheading? Someone's got to do it.
I know what would be more fun.
It wasn't an offer. It was an order. Let's go to the other side of the garden.
Ah, there you are. That should do it.
Thank you, Brodie.
I have long admired Calendar Hall, but now with George and his brood in residence, it lacks a certain grandeur. Something only a titled lady could bring. How fortunate that they trust me. This place and I were made for each other.
Your tea will be served by Hetty today, my lady.
Where are we
There. Purple verbena.
Verbena barariensis.
I'll get that for you, Master
Don't be
Edwin.
silly. I can reach.
Did you know you can make a gargle to help sore throats? Or a poultice to help heal wounds?
You know more than this book.
Albert, the old head gardener, told me. And that is a wild poppy.
You're a natural forager, Jack. Just like me.
Tidy that path up, will you?
Thanks a lot.
Is that cow parsley? You can tell by the scent.
Jack!
Whoa!
Master Edwin!
You must understand, George, appearances count. And with your wife's background, your reputation needs more work than most. Don't you agree?
If you're referring to my wife's past as a lady...
You need to meet more people of influence, George. It's good for you, your family, and for the newspaper. You should have lunch with Lord Wadsworth.
Thank you.
I will introduce you. Now, fetch me the children. Just the girls will suffice. There's no need to trouble Edwin, poor thing.
Yes, my lady.
I gave you an order. Bring me the girls immediately.
Does anything hurt, Master Edwin?
There you go.
Are you sure?
I look fine, don't I?
You should have put on the brakes.
You should have told me.
Oh, do stop fussing. Anyone would think I'm an invalid.
request from Lady Grenfell, Miss Emily. She'd like to see you in the drawing room.
Just when I'd reached the workings of the human heart. Not that Dragon Lady has one.
Last one there, the stinky egg! You can't catch me! Constance! I won!
Goodness. Constance, please.
I'm sure Constance is just eager to see you, Lady Grenfell.
How nice of you to join us.
I was taking a rest. This excitement tires me.
I don't want a baby sister. It'll mess up all my dollies.
The new baby may well be a boy.
Of course. Then you'll have an heir.
I already have an heir in Edwin, Lady Grenfell.
Yes, I meant should he not have the strength to represent the calendar name.
Edwin's not weak.
Emily?
Edwin's pulse beats as strongly as my own.
How poetic.
I'm learning about the heart in medical books, not poetry.
A young lady studying medicine. Your daughter ought to learn more of domestic matters. After all, if you can't even hold on to a housekeeper, Mrs. Calendar.
Lady Grenfell, surely you must understand. Mrs. Penhaligon.
Earlier, I even witnessed young Master Calendar outside in his chair with 2 garden boys. Why are you still here? We require more tea.
Yes, my lady.
Please, don't say a word about my fall. There'll be such a to-do.
As long as you're feeling well, Master Edward.
I thought I heard voices. You two out. Lady Grenfell were to see you making this place look so untidy.
It's my fault. We were discussing botany. I think.
Master Edwin?
Just a bit dizzy.
What are you both waiting for? Go on. I'll take you to your room. Do you have a headache, Master Edwin?
Cover for me, Agnes. Please, an hour to see Ida. I can't take it. That Grenfell hates everybody. Just because Rosamond used to be a servant like us.
What do you take me for? Stupid. Now work.
No wonder Brodie's tense. She did give me a smile earlier. Perhaps helping me stay on Grenfell's good side.
You're such a duffer, Feather. Unless Brodie needed her shoes polishing, I doubt she'd be nice to a maid like you.
Why not? At least I'm not a big mouth like you.
Oh, really? You're calling me a big mouth?
Do you mind? Upstairs are waiting.
Yes, Agnes.
And you'd all do better to keep to your own business and not meddle in others.
She'll never learn.
Gideon, what are you doing here?
Edwin's taken ill because of a fall in the garden.
What, with you and Jack?
I need to tell them what happened.
Gid, Lady Grenfell loses her rag over which way her bread's buttered. Imagine what she'd do to a garden boy who's just caused an accident. You'd be sad.
I have to do something.
I work up here. Let me find out more. Get out before you're thrown out.
I apologise for disturbing you. It's Master Edwin. He was in the library, though now I've returned him to his room. He's dizzy.
He's also rather feverish. It sounds like influenza.
Or some other contagion.
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Poor Edwin, let me go to him.
You? For the sake of the baby, George, your wife must not be allowed near.
He's ill. I need to see him.
Diseases are spread by coughs and sneezes. Until we know what's wrong, even being in the same room could be a risk.
Lady Grenfell has a point. That will be all.
I'm sure a moment would be fine.
Brodie, Please escort Mrs. Callender to her room. I shall send for my physician. Dr. Vishnu has a growing reputation throughout society.
We have our own doctor, Lady Grenford.
One only wants what's best. Now, Emily, run along and keep your stepmother company. Take Constance to the nursery. A little needlecraft will help to pass the time.
Why are you sneaking around? I saw you.
No reason, Miss Constance.
I hope not. Otherwise, I'll tell Dragon Lady.
Hetty. Miss Emily, I need to speak to you.
Me too. Keep my stepmother company.
It's about Gideon.
Let's keep this silly fever down, shall we?
Thank you, Emily.
Emily, what are you doing here?
Why that woman must confine me to my room without seeing him, with only last week's pictorial for company.
Let's hope Edwin's better soon, Mum.
If only I knew the facts, then perhaps I could settle.
There is something, Mum.
And what's that?
In the garden.
Yes, Hetty?
Edwin, he spends a lot of time in the garden, is what I mean. So... with all that fresh air, he must be strong.
Quite. In the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you were to keep me informed.
Of course, Mum. Shall I fetch you some more tea?
Emily, we'll know more when the doctor arrives.
But it says in my book.
Perhaps so, but you are not a doctor.
My lady. Sir. Mrs. Callender's concerned about Edwin. She wanted me to ask how he is.
It could be a serious illness. It's like on Edwin's hands. Tiny, deep scarlet dots.
Measles, perhaps. Even diphtheria can present with a skin rash, along with typhoid.
Oh, goodness. Such disease can spread like wildfire.
Or even brain fever.
Please don't inform Mrs. Callender of this, Hetty. She'll only worry.
Yes, sir.
I think I shall retire to my room for a while.
We're coming, Edwin.
Where have you been? Kidnapped by Lady Grenford, taking tea with your chum Brody?
Miss Emily ordered me to wait on Mrs. Callender, actually. She wants tea.
You? I will never hear the end of it.
You think I actually want to be here while Ida's waiting for me in Hampstead with no idea where I am?
Do you know you'd be busy at work if she's got any sense? Afternoon's off. All of you, let's talk.
Hetty, tea for Mrs. Callender.
Sheila, I need your help. It's about Edwin. You need to get a message to Gideon.
Rosamond, you were given instruction.
With all due respect, Edwin is my stepson and you cannot stop me from seeing him. This is my house.
And by now, I thought you might have learned how to behave in it with a little more decorum.
I shall discuss this further with my husband. No, I must see Edmund.
Oh, dear. If only you'd followed my advice and remained in your room.
Mrs. Callender.
Until the doctor arrives, Brody, you must suffice. Assist her.
The fool's flow's not why Master Edwin's sick, and I've never heard of anyone getting a rash like that from falling over, so you didn't nearly kill him after all.
Sheila, the baby's coming.
What? Still, doesn't mean he's out of the woods, or you. Wouldn't be the first time a servant got the chop for something they didn't do.
A rash. We need to head back to where Master Edwin fell.
Oh, staff should not see me like this.
This is an emergency, Mrs. Calendar.
Oh.
Keep her calm, Hetty. I'll check to see if there's any news of the doctor's arrival.
Oh.
That's it. Squeeze my hand if you need to.
Thank you, Hetty. You're welcome.
What are we looking for again? Any flower that I've never seen in this garden before. Like that. Don't touch it.
Why?
Albert told me about a plant so poisonous that it could kill you. It was called hooded something. If Edwin touched it when he fell, it's still our fault.
Edwin might have been poisoned by a flower.
The only way we'll know for sure is if we look it up in Edwin's book. Come on.
If Brody sees us in the main house, Jack.
And we'll just have to make sure she doesn't.
I'll wait for the doctor. And we need hot water.
It wasn't their fault.
It wasn't whose fault?
Don't punish them.
Edwin, what are you talking about?
Father, come quick.
He was talking, but he's not making any sense. What's the matter with him?
Emily, go to the hall. Tell Dr. Vishnu to hurry when he gets here.
Yes, Father.
And check on your stepmother.
Emily?
Where are we going? What's that? Come on.
Right this way, sir.
Thank you.
There we go. Albert, show me the way. Where does it lead? Wait and see.
Wait for me then.
There now, Mrs. Calendar. It will all be over soon.
The doctor will soon be with you.
What about Edwin? Go to him. Check everything's all right.
No, I'm staying right here with you. Mr. Calendar will let us know when he's talked with the doctor.
That's it, Mrs. Calendar. Push.
The baby's coming.
It's up here, come on. Told you I knew the way.
What is it, Doctor?
His symptoms are the same as many conditions, though your suggestion of brain fever may be the closest explanation.
Does the child have the strength to recover from this?
We'll know in time. I shall give a restorative tonic to begin.
You're the bravest boy I know, Edwin.
There. He's beautiful.
I'll inform Lady Grenford and Mr. Calendar.
Hurry up and find the plant.
I've got it.
It's Brody.
That was close.
Too close.
Look.
Monk's hood.
I knew it was hooded something. What else does it say? I can't see properly in this light.
Highly poisonous, you were right.
We have to get to Master Edwin's room, no matter who finds us.
Come on.
The doctor will be with you very soon, Mrs. Calendar.
No. You can't take my baby, do you? Here.
No one's taking your baby, Mrs. Calendar.
He's mine. I'm gonna keep him. He's my child. Oh.
Mrs. Calendar. I'll fetch some help.
Miss Emily.
Edwin's ill. He can't read a book.
We think he's been poisoned.
Emily, I told you to
No,
check
you
the
have to listen to them. Dr. Vishnu.
We believe Master Edwin's been poisoned, sir.
By monk's hood. It's a plant.
Brody?
What's the baby like, Feather? Do well-to-do sprogs cry less than foundlings?
Sheila, I need Brody. Mrs. Calendar's not making any sense. Something's not right. Mrs. Whittle, where's Brody?
Oh, let me think.
It's with the family. Doctor's arrived if you need him.
These boys are to blame for all of this?
No, it was an accident.
Jack remembered an antidote.
Belladonna. But that's another dangerous plant that's never found on the estate.
He's right. But tincture of a tropa of belladonna is now used to treat many common ailments. I carry it as a matter of course. As Edwin didn't ingest the plant, this might be enough to steady him through.
Sorry. I do apologise, but could the doctor see Mrs. Calendar now?
Doctor?
Stay with the boy a while. I will attend on Mrs. Calendar.
Allow me, Dr. Vishnu. The elder boy is stronger than I'd imagined, and now there's another heir to worry about. But I'm not giving up on Calendar Hall just yet.
There is always a way, Mom.
And together, we shall find it.
He's coming round. Accidents can happen, but your honesty and knowledge saved his life.
We have a brother, Edwin.
Is the baby well.
I'm sure he's a perfect boy. Just like you, Edwin.
A tonic, Mrs. Calendar. Should help break the fever.
No. No, please don't take him away.
We're just over here.
The doctor's just checking him, Mrs. Calendar. No one's taking my son anywhere.
That's what they said with Charles.
Charles? Who's Charles?
They took him and gave him away. It was the worst moment of my life. Hetty, he was mine. I didn't want him to go. He was my baby. Oh, where is he now?
At that moment, I began to realise the new arrival had brought back some buried memories. That day, the Calendars almost lost one son. Whilst another had been born. But there was another child too, that no one else at Calendar Hall knew about, except me. But where was he? And who was he? Just like Ida had wanted to find me, I could see that Mrs. Calendar was desperately missing her first baby. But how could she ever see him again? If anyone ever found out she had a secret son, it would tear the Calendar family apart. And what would that mean for the rest of us?
I may have said things when I was sick. That didn't give you the right to listen.
You asked me about Hetty. I think she knows something about Mrs. Calendar. Something interesting.
She looks splendid, doesn't she?
I think she looks like a pudding.
I knew it. This is ridiculous.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Dress well, get a good husband. That's all you need to worry about.
Don't ask. The kitchen's upside down. Nothing's ready. And if Lady Grenford doesn't kill us, Brody will.
By day's end, you will be housekeeper here, I promise you.
Mrs. Calendar?